All right, let's talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars here for a minute. So obviously they had the number one overall pick in the draft. They selected Travon Walker and then went later in the first round and got linebacker Devin Lloyd from Utah. And they are wasting no time getting them involved with the team. Miles, what's the story there?
Yeah, Nick. Over from Sports Illustrated, there's a very interesting article I read. So it says, after a year of taking a slow and steady approach with every rookie on the roster, the Jaguars are taking a much different approach in 2022. Their third round picks, Luke Fortner and Chad Muma, will likely start the year as backups, but the Jaguars don't appear to be repeating the mistakes with Travon Walker and Devin Lloyd that they made last year with Lawrence, Campbell, Little, and Cisco. Lawrence started all 17 games, but he didn't even get full-time starter reps in practice until after the second preseason game. He was splitting reps with Gardner Minshew up to that point. Campbell, the Jaguars woefully miscast him into slot to start his rookie season, having C.J. Henderson starting the year at the outside corner before he was traded after the first couple games. Little started only 3 games, each coming due to injury or COVID absences. And then Cisco, he also only started 3 games after being forced into a reserve role. So the Jaguars didn't give their rookies last year any meaningful reps very early on, and it either they had a bad year or it caused them to make no impact on the team. But it seems, though, that after watching the Jaguars mini camps, OTAs, and early practices, they are giving Travon Walker and Devin Lloyd every rep possible to get them better. I think they say when you see the field, you can see Walker and Lloyd out there every single play, every down, running with the ones. They stopped holding them back at all and let them go out and prove that they're the first-round picks that they wanted. What do you think about this, Nick?
Yeah, I think it's a good move. First of all, obviously the Jaguars need help at a lot of positions, and certainly on defense as well. So you want to get your talented guys, your first round picks, action right away. You know, Dallas last year with Micah Parsons, they got him involved in the first team in a bunch of different roles right away. That obviously turned out very well. So you want to get those guys with a lot of talent. You want to get them on the field as soon as possible, especially with the group that's actually going to see the field a lot, right? The first team. When I look at Walker and Lloyd, I think the more important thing here is getting a lot of repetitions in that scheme. So when front seven defense and the offensive line, that matchup right there is very similar to a basketball game. What I mean by that, it's a team game. You have to know where your teammates are, know what they're doing every play, and know their assignments. The margin for error can be really, really small. It's not like corner or wide receiver, where you're on an island, and if you make a little mistake, it's okay. You're kind of out in space. You can recover. If you line up, a hair inside or hair outside, or you're one gap over on your moves as a defensive lineman or linebacker, you can give up massive holes in the running game. So getting as much reps as possible, as much time as possible to get those run fits down is huge for the Jaguars. And let's not forget, Lloyd and Walker are ready to play guys. They're not exactly, scrubs that they're getting them a lot of attention right away. Walker, obviously SEC battle tested, and Lloyd coming out of Utah. A lot of people thought he was the most NFL ready linebacker outside of Nakobe Dean. In fact, a lot of teams were really impressed with how smart he was. In fact, the Patriots were linked to Devin Lloyd. That's usually a good sign that a player is smart and ready to play right away. So again, like you said, this is a really good move for the Jaguars, getting a lot of reps and getting them a lot of time in that defense. That way they're ready to go week 1.
Yeah, I like to touch on the point that you said is defense, especially the interior of the defense, like you said, it is a team game. And like you said, the meaningful first team reps help build that team chemistry. It's not like guys on offense outside, like running backs, receivers. Those guys can, maybe earn the right to play. That was the other thing, is it seems Peterson is like, we drafted these guys in the first round. They're going to start. They don't need to earn the spot to start, which a lot of coaches seem to do is like, okay, you come out here, you've got to earn your way into the first team reps. It seems like Peterson's like, these guys are going to be our starters. Let's go ahead and get that cohesion and get that chemistry going and get them to be as good as they can possibly be, because the Jaguars been under a lot of scrutiny. They've had a couple tough seasons the last few years. So they need to start to build the culture early. They got to build the team chemistry, and they got to get their best players playing their best as fast as possible. So I think this is a really smart move by the Jaguars.
Yeah, let's give a lot of credit here to Doug Peterson, because he is the main change, the main force of change here. Obviously, Balky's still there. Khan and his leadership is still there. The big change of going on the culture that is going on with the Jacksonville Jaguars is led by Doug Peterson. So let's give some credit where credit is due. That Peterson and his staff, they're doing a good job, really trying to turn it around in Jacksonville and, adding principles of accountability as they try and right the ship.
All right, Nick, it's time to get your internet privacy back today on every device you own in any country you want. Don't let anyone but you control your internet. NordVPN keeps you safe from prying eyes wherever you go online with their military-grade encryption. Is your favorite Netflix or streaming content blocked in the US? You can simply connect to one of the many countries available with NordVPN and get the access you need.
That's right, Maya. So right now, get our exclusive NordVPN deal here at nordvpn.com/SMI. It's risk-free now with NordVPN's 30-day money-back guarantee. Again, get that exclusive deal, nordvpn.com/SMI.